Hello, Fire Dart Warriors. I'm a tough coach. There is no such thing as becoming strong. It's a momentary wish, and then when I don't want to be it, I can be weak and then think I'm going to be strong. The strength is built during the weak times. If you always quit then, you're going to stay the same. I might just have a stronger drive and knowing that nobody's going to hand me my dreams, nobody's going to work it for me. I just don't expect it to be easy. It has never been. I'm just more willing to do whatever it takes to be achieving my daily goal, which is doing what I need to do that I know keeps me happy and in bliss. That means everything that is sacrifice or compromise or, work with life, adapt and overcome, is just the way I live. I don't have the fight, wonder why it's unfair, why I cannot do this, or how it used to be. I don't live in the past. I don't compare myself anymore to what I used to do, knowing it wasn't what made me happy in the end. But I was just like you, very misguided by myself, not knowing the difference with the way I was handling myself in the process of achieving the range, the level of where I want to live my life. It's raising that energy, raising your awareness, but most of you completely miss it because you project all the anger with yourself, lack of self-mastery, lack of wanting to work for it, lack of self-confidence, lack of self-worth or believe in yourself because you never trained to believe in yourself. Maybe you just never had to be strong for yourself. Maybe you had more help and then now you feel nobody's supporting you. And I'm thinking, I never had the support to do what I do. I had all the critics. They fueled me. So when are you gonna be more like that, to be fueled by what you can't do so it's a lesson you want? When are you gonna crave self-growth? When are you gonna want to be all that you envision and then you just get butthurt when you're not all that? When are you gonna want to not be happy about being 100% one day? Because you get so disappointed when you can't keep it up. The perfectionism. So you are on a high when you are doing 100% and then you have a moment, life happens, you don't choose the way you know you want to choose and you know you should choose wrong differently and you don't do it and then you have the fight. What's wrong with you? Why don't you do what you need to do? Why are you going back? That is the why everyone is questioning until they die. It's human nature. You are gonna have the fight. You are gonna have the conundrum over and over. You have like two people in you, one that supports you and one that sabotages you. The one you listen to the most is gonna be the strongest voice. For me, I do everything out of wanting to be happy. I don't want to just have the body because I know the moment it comes to maintaining, I'm gonna lose myself in that attempt because I know myself. There is not 1 ounce of me that will comply with doing what I don't think I want to do. So how can I make myself do what is called struggle and hard work? It's knowing the effect of it, that I want to be stronger than just be basic. I don't want to be my lazy me. I know the danger is I'm just going to delay and kind of pretend that I have my whole life to accomplish goals. But I know one thing, it doesn't get easier. So everyone wants to lie about reality. Everyone wants to keep on denying that things are the way we always want and somehow you're going to believe that it's always going to be your way in the future. The problem with this, the mindset of mañana, or always be happy, always be yourself. Don't push yourself, don't have pressure on yourself. What it does is make you weak. It makes you think you don't need to want to be tough in the moments where you would rather just forget about your dream. The moments where you fight about having a dream you don't want to work for. You hate that you had this life thing you want to inspire and aspire and achieve, and then you notice that you're just full of talk. Then you get mad, and then you get mad at me for saying, hey, you gotta work harder on the mindset and your expectations versus what you think is the way to do it. You keep on playing the same game I did for so long. You wanted to be aware, you want to have negotiation, you want to think it's what you want wants you. But you want the junk, you want the addiction to keep doing what is easy for humans to do. That's the problem. You keep on living the life to have a body that would never be the body of that. You cannot sustain on it. So I know myself, if I built this leanness again, and I never learn to moderate or to change it or to adapt, changing menus, changing training, periodize, remember what matters, to all do that, to not be scared or freak out about the scale, not wanting to learn about the scale, keeping on acute, changing my agenda, not believing in what I know is to do, not giving myself enough patience, always throwing a tantrum when my body wasn't doing what I wanted to do X amount of time, or never was always perfect, or never would look the way, because I just wanted it to be right. That I felt, well, if I just do what I need to do and I get results, why don't I have the same body over and over? Like, I really thought that is something that is just legit, you know? Why shouldn't I have the same result over and over and over in my body if I keep on doing the lifestyle, the same eating, the same way of training? You know why? I didn't allow my body to be alive. I kind of wanted a dead body apparently, because I didn't want to have any fluctuations that are based on sickness, not being, or having a cold, or having my runny nose. Imagine, you know me and my runny nose. When I have a runny nose, cold, or chronic rhinitis, I am not ever the lean body. I look the same in scale. So I will be low, or I will be the same, but I have the flabby look like I just had a pizza. I couldn't handle that. Throughout all those years, that's why I started with this daily condition pick in the same mirror, the same light, to just have sanity. And I just kept on losing it because I refused to address my wrong reality. And then my body became the victim, the scapegoat. My body was an idiot. I hated my body. I felt like a freak. I couldn't handle it, and I kept on feeling like I have a right to be an asshole to myself and just keep on training, kind of blaming my body, just I'm gonna show my body who's right. And you know what? I fueled all those intense workouts on my crap that I ate when I was just like you. I wanted to crawl back and just start over. But before I start over, I wanted to fatten up, and you bet I didn't think I was gonna fatten up. I just hoped to make it another time. And then just wake up that I accumulated body fat. But if I did the ice cream and just liquid, I didn't want to be full. I didn't want to eat so I could actually sustain, because I wanted all that junk. I wanted all the capacity to eat up all inside, because I was never gonna do this again. Busted. And then the days between those big binges became more and more. The worst days when I was 18 or so was I didn't even last 2 days. I started over all the time. And then every weekend was Thursday to Sunday, because I was at night shifts and I was blackjack dealer, and I just thought, well, this was the routine. After the night shifts, I went to do cardio just to come home and just lose it on granola and chocolate. So why did I work so hard on myself? Because I wanted to maintain my lean body. I didn't want to have the typical diet depression or the inability to keep on. It made no sense to me. If I love it, why do I struggle? Why do I struggle to see the motivation? Why do I fall off? Why do I fall out of love? Why do I get this rebellion against everything that I want in life, that I know when I'm on track, I feel so happy? And I could never figure it out, so I had the same question in my mind all the time that you have decades later, right? You still ask the same question I solved a long time ago. Why do you feel differently now? You eat the same, you train. Why do you feel so blues? Why is it not as exciting? Why do you feel like tired? And it's like just this kind of cloud. It's not like it was in the beginning. Because you forget that this is like a love story. That you're just mad in love in the start, infatuated. It's new and exciting. Then it becomes the routine. How is your relationship with someone long term? Becomes kind of monotonous. And you know what happens, it's always the same routine. That is how you get bored and distracted and kind of want to stray off the plan, right? That's what people do with the excitement to get caught and all that stuff too. It doesn't help. And unfortunately in nutrition, this kind of guilt and kind of cheat away and hide only calls your name in human nature that it becomes exciting. It's like this, you're gonna cheat and sneak away, you naughty girl. And it only makes you never grow up and learn that you're gonna regret this tomorrow. Don't pretend you forget this. You're gonna notice too, you're gonna make all these notes for you in the Kryptonite challenge when you sit there, and you are not gonna want to win because the temptation is right in front of you. It's so easy to want to be that weak so you can have the fun and use the whole marketing and the whole world's propaganda right now to seize the moment, enjoy. But how much is it to enjoy to never ever achieve what only relies on your dedication, to not keep on wondering how you cannot lose fat or whatever, because you're not doing it. You are not consistent enough to the way you have to. And for me, I just want to be happy. I know how to make myself happy, so I have analyzed that. When I ask my clients that now you feel happy and you're on a high because you're doing what you need to do, which makes you happy. But remember, you're gonna stop doing this that makes you happy again, over and over and over, until you analyze what is it that calls your name. And why do you stop doing it if you say you love this? Why do you think there's nothing to improve if you're struggling being in love? That's what I mean. I didn't want to keep doing what I thought I loved because I felt I cannot have myself with this double nature. I cannot fight with myself and what I say is all I want. It makes no sense. So I call out my own bullshit to say, why do I hold on to something that is just fierce apparently? Because there's other ways to love, and I didn't want to have a compromise on my commitment. I had a choice. I either not gonna want to train hard, and if I don't train hard, I just have to settle. I don't want to have a hobby of staying in, maintaining, going in, having some boring routine that is going to be the same, and not stimulate. So I would definitely not making any further progress. What a boring life to always maintain the same thing forever. How would you not struggle with that? That's what I mean. Everyone is believing that you're going to be strong enough and want to continue. I know, self-induced by lifestyle. I want to be so lean, I could be a station any day. That requires a whole other mindset. And for me, that was what I wanted. I wanted to feel that I have it all, and I just choose what I know is going to make me sustain happy. Nothing has ever made me feel happy that I chose to be destructive and go back on my word the day before. Never. None of the cheat days presented during after photo shoots, never something that I just made in a acute decision, never something that was against my plan has ever made me feel this was a good move. The only time I felt like I was okay, I justified it because there was no other choice. What am I gonna say? That I made a mistake, that I thought I was stronger? I should. I thought I was stronger, but I just failed and flaked on myself. So now I have to spend another month just working off this. I didn't have the strength to be honest about that. And I was like so much better in my discipline. I am one of those people who say, oh, so disciplined. Yeah, but I don't want to discipline like a police. I don't want to be diet, prison, gym life discipline, because that is prison. To not know how to keep on being happy and just be stubborn, that's a waste of happiness. That's what I mean. You gotta get into that mindset check to think, if it's about happiness, why do you keep on fighting me when I say, I understand this is what you think is gonna make you happy, but already here you're struggling with it. You cannot force yourself to do it. That is how you exit. You are not gonna want to do what I do that makes me happy because you don't believe in it. You don't have patience. The patience is all about the practice and not make the whole reward never happen because you don't believe in accountability. You don't believe to hold yourself aware of what you do every day matters. You don't want to believe in the recipe for success. You just want to kind of never succeed, apparently. For me, it's happiness. And I achieve that every day by myself. That is a power I made happen for myself. And in the past, I was happy. But just like in any relationship, in marriages and stuff, long-term investments, there are layers and layers. A lot of people don't know the difference between self-destruction and self-construction, but I learned the difference. That's why I have changed the way I talk, changed the way I think, changed the way I coach, changed the way I see you and me. And it's all the best ever education for life. So think about that. The struggle is to be embraced because it makes you the strong person you talk about you want to be. But you can't be that based on want and desire. You have to be more. You have to want it more than anything else, or you're always going to choose what's easier that moment. I forgot one more thing. I already told you, but this was such a great moment the other day when I was on my walk, Medi-Pevi, and this Siberian Husky refused to run by me with his owner. He just sat down in his butt, the typical Siberian Husky way, and there was no way I could go by. He had to have me cuddle, and I fell madly in love with that dog. So anyway, and today on my walk I saw a worm, an earthworm on the street. He was crawling there for his life, and I picked him up thinking that is like me when I have my clients in the wrong environment where you don't understand you cannot grow here, it's toxic. So I put the worm in the garden area beside, took a photo and thought, now you are in the right arena where you can become the proper product of the environment. It makes no sense to think you're gonna have success not leaving your environment where nobody cares about you, including yourself.